The FDA has recently found that drugs that act as puberty blockers for children that want to transition to a new sex are linked to dangerous medical problems and death. Remember, the Plan B pill also leads to breast cancer. It is almost as if the good Lord designed everything right the first time, and each time we go against his perfect design, things go wrong. Granted, a few studies should not a policy make. However, the same liberals that believe that government should control every aspect of our lives will likely ignore this study altogether. One of the main drugs is Lupron, which alters hormone levels, but has been linked to brittle bones, faulty joints, and cardiovascular problems. The FDA cites that between 2004 and June of this year, there were 33,478 adverse effects from this drug, with 19,054 being classed as serious and 6,056 leading to deaths. This is without going into all the suicides of transgender youth who regret their transition. In fact, going back to 1984, the numbers are even more frightening. Under any other circumstance, this drug would be banned from being used at all. However, since this drug shows that you can choose your sex, it is not going to be taken off the market anytime soon. Maybe we should stop this experiment on children and go back to the original design. E-Cigs have been in the news lately with the threat of banning the flavored juices. The ban does not apply to E-Cigs as a whole, but if you believe that it will stop there, you are a fool. This is how it always works. The government bans something. The people do not react because it is not a big thing that is being taken. The government bans another thing. The people still do not react. This continues until there is nothing left to ban. The people then wonder where their freedom has gone. If flavors are banned, bureaucrats will use this as an excuse to pass even more bans, regulations, and other such restrictions until e-cigs are gone forever. More children die from texting while driving than e-cigs, yet you do not see any bureaucrats arguing that there should be phone control on the federal or even state level, banning certain people from having phones. In reality, the reason that these deaths are occurring is because of bans already in place. Long explanation short, without any public oversight, the black market version is more dangerous. During the Prohibition, the alcoholic concentration was much higher than normal, and we are seeing the same thing here. Why are these bureaucrats trying to ban e-cigs that can get people off of the addictive nicotine? To answer that would make me seem like a conspiracy theorist. Sony has all the rights to any movie using Spider-Man, even though Marvel owns the character. After Endgame and Far From Home, it was believed that Sony's agreement with Marvel would end and we would not know anything about the huge cliffhanger that we were left on. However, Marvel and Sony patched things up and Spidey will be returning to the MCU and fans are ecstatic. Now, the real interesting thing about this is that we have Tom Holland himself to thank for this. He used his leverage to get a new unnamed Spider-Man movie within the MCU scheduled for July 16th, 2021. Speaking of movies, reporters are no longer welcome at the premiere of Joker. This is not only because it depicts someone with mental health negatively, but also because of the gun violence. As of this recording, I have not yet seen the movie, but from the trailers and interviews, it seems that it is the start of a violent clown uprising and classism. It is no secret that Hollywood makes all sorts of movies featuring lots of gun violence, but then say the average American needs to be unarmed. Supposedly, this movie could lead to copycats around the world, but the countless shoot-'em-up movies produced every year will not. Speaking of gun rights, to say that the NRA is a terrorist organization is just beyond ridiculous. There's not even a good comparison for how foolish it is. San Francisco faced a lawsuit from the NRA after declaring them a terrorist organization. The city was going to blacklist contractors linked to the NRA. However, while this is good news, another city will try the same thing very soon. Mark my words. Current Biology reported that Christian kids are less generous. However, they were forced to retract this, claiming that there was a problem with the data analysis. There is ample evidence to show that Christian and other religious groups are the most altruistic. The only reason that Current Biology and the rest of the media jumped on this finding was because it would create an excuse to further demonize Christianity and have people kneel before the state as their only means of salvation. We all remember the undercover videos by the Center for Medical Progress that showed Planned Parenthood trafficking human organs. The videos left no room for debate, and both the House and the Senate began investigations, and the largest abortion chain is now under investigation by the DOJ. Now, a normal company would change their policies and stop trafficking in human organs, but not the abortionists. They decided to sue the journalist, and as of this recording, the trial is just now starting. The investigation has already led to the giant losing Title X funding, a loss of $6 million. The simple solution to all of this is to provide health care and not look for new ways to profit off of killing children. It seems as if there is a fake hate crime in the news every day that for whatever reason goes on past the local news to get national attention. For the life of me, I cannot imagine why anyone would fill their hearts with so much hatred that they have to make things up. As confused as I am about things like Jussie Smollett and Christine Blasey Ford, I am more angry at these people than anything else. If it was up to me, I would say that if you falsely accuse anyone of a crime and it is found out, that you will bear twice the punishment that the perpetrator would have received. Amari Allen decided that she would tell people that some white boys penned her down and cut her dreadlocks. Now this would have been local news at best, but apparently she goes to Emmanuel Christian School where Karen Pence teaches part-time. The only reason this fake crime got any attention is because of Mike Pence, and the media has to find any opportunity at all to demonize the Trump administration. Since the whistleblowers leak could not get the Democrats all the information that they wanted to impeach President Trump, they are making another play. Now they may try to get access to all of President Trump's phone calls with foreign leaders. We should have seen this coming. The Democrats are not interested in justice. They just want Trump impeached. What world leader will ever want to speak to the president if any call can just be made public record at a moment's notice? At this rate, the president will not be able to get anything done at all. However, I think that is the idea. Meanwhile, we had a terrorist attack in Benghazi, but no one wants Clinton's phone call subpoenaed. I am really excited to be back. I missed making these videos. Many of my returning viewers may notice that I am no longer using my voice masking program. The reason being is that I used it to keep people from finding out who I was, but I do not care anymore. I believe that there are enough people that will see the virtue of God's word and placing His rule over the authority of government. Elijah stood against hundreds of the prophets of Baal, and even if I have to stand alone, I will. If I am by myself, so be it. I will try to release a new video each week, but I make no guarantees, as I am caring for a family member who needs a lot of care, and he comes first. I will also try to recreate some of my older videos. I hope that you will all stay and we can have a civil discussion in the comments section. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke, maybe I'm completely off my rocker, but that is just my opinion.